let me tell you what's about to happen with this infrastructure bullshit. They have taken a handful of, they've now split the thing up so that there's a form of infrastructure bill that the Republicans can support, and there is a form of infrastructure bill that the Republicans won't support. They are days, even possibly minutes away from approving the part that a bipartisan solution they're saying they have. It's going to be for hard infrastructure, roads, bridges. Everyone agrees. They had 18 Republicans join on board. Mitch McConnell joined on board. He supports this new infrastructure, bipartisan. It's going to pass. I think it's $500 billion. I'm not sure what the total number is, but it's a fraction of what the Democrats want, but it's one that the Republicans can get behind. And they have gotten behind it, and it is about to pass. And then it's going to go back to the Congress, and Pelosi's going to hold on to it until she gets the other bill.
Right.
That the Democrats only are going to pass. And that one's going to be for like $3.5 trillion. But let me be perfectly fucking clear. Even after these bills pass, do not stand outside on your local road waiting for the fucking progress and waiting for the potholes to be fucking filled in and waiting for the local bridges to be rebuilt and waiting for all the construction projects to begin, because they're not going, it's not going to fucking happen. 90% of that fucking money is going to go to the people that run those companies that have been waiting and that have been paying money to these different politicians for years, waiting for that money to come back to them. And this is their chance. That's what always happens. These projects are so overpriced.
Here you go, buddy. This is just Atlanta. My dad sent me this one for us to talk about. A decade of road construction. Right. Proposed is I-285 Georgia 400 interchange, widening I-85 phase 2, toll lanes on Georgia 400, 2 other interchanges, commercial vehicle lanes on I-75, Peachtree Industrial Boulevard interchange, east side bridges, westbound auxiliary lane extension. I mean, it's going to be an absolute nightmare.
It's going to be a nightmare. And let me ask you something. As somebody who's just lived, I've lived in Atlanta now for 3 years. I lived here about 25, 30 years ago. Have you ever in your life taken a drive in Atlanta where you haven't come up on some road construction? Ever in your fucking life? There's always road construction in Atlanta.
I mean,
always.
I can almost drive to the gas station without hitting road construction. They literally have my road blocked off on my street yesterday.
Right. I mean, there is, I've had a hard time getting out of your neighborhood the other day when I was leaving.
It's like, what the
I was like, what are you fucking guys doing at this time of the fucking day?
They're paving something. They're going to pave something.
You know,
they're going to work on it.
I'm just, and drive past any road construction scene, and you were going to see 50 guys standing around a hole, one guy in the hole fucking working. Everybody staring at him. Look at him. He's down there digging. Keep going. We're all watching. We're all getting paid a lot by the taxpayers.
I'll tell you this much. They fixed that fucking bridge with the quickness that when that bridge fell like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the part of 285 interchange, that bridge collapsed, that fire. You don't remember that shit? Were you even here for that?
I might not have been here.
There was a fire underneath the bridge on 285. The fire weakened the bridge. The bridge collapsed. So
while people were on it?
Yeah. It happened. And I don't think anyone died, but you couldn't drive down 85 under 285.
That would be an awful
So everyone
nightmare.
got detoured. Like, dude, you couldn't, people just stopped going to Atlanta. You couldn't go down there. It would take you 4 fucking hours.
I mean, and even now, you can, I mean, and I don't like to be somebody that bitches about traffic because everyone bitches about traffic. But I will say, if you're in Atlanta in the middle of the day and you need to go somewhere, it will literally, you will put it into your GPS, I need to go, and it's going to be like, you are going 3 miles. It will take you 2.5 hours. And you're just like, what the fuck? Wow, how could it? I could walk there. I could just walk there. How is it taking that long? And you would just sit in traffic and sit in traffic. I bet
if you put that in your phone in Chicago and you're like, I'm going to go there, it would say you could take 3 hours because Chicago traffic's bad. But then if you just push the little walk guy, it wouldn't tell you how long it would take. It would just give you probability of surviving.
Right. Yeah, you're not surviving.
There's a 60% chance you will live when you get there.
Most likely you're getting carjacked anyway. It would just say, just don't. The thing would be like, just don't take the trip.
Google Maps is like,
don't go anywhere. just
Can't go.
sit tight. I tell you though, the only and it's, I mean, who are we kidding? Here's the problem: is that these motherfuckers have no idea how to solve anything, and they don't care, and they don't want to. This infrastructure, all in it within a week, they're all going to be patting each other on the back. I've seen them do it.
Yeah, because
I've seen them do it. We passed something. We accomplished something, and we can all say we accomplished something. And then, of course, there'll be other people that'll be like, I stood firm against this when all my colleagues were saying, and I'm just like, man, dude, you guys are not even trying. Because first of all, if something is an actual genuine solution to a problem, wouldn't everyone be behind it? If it was clear cut that something solved a problem, and everybody was like, because there are a lot of problems that the solution is fairly simple. I mean, if a road needs to be built or if a bridge needs to be fixed, there are people out there that know how to fix roads and build bridges. They just know how to do it. And we can hire them and they can do it. I worked construction. We could hang a floor almost every day. Every day. We would frame it up, pour the concrete, strip the concrete, move up and do another floor. We did it all the time. And I was like, in the 2 years that I worked construction, high-rise concrete construction, I probably worked on over a dozen buildings. We'd put it up, we'd move on, we'd go do another one. We build them all over the fucking place. You can build a road. These guys out there know how to build a fucking road. They can pave a road. It's basically done by machine. There's machines that do it now. You really don't even need a person for a lot of it. Not all of it, but a good bit of it. There's a machine that just goes down and you lay the shit and it just lays out a fucking road. But they don't want to fix the road. What they want to do is they want to argue about fixing a road, and then they want to give all the money to some guy who owns a road fixing company that has been giving them money for a long period of time. He's not interested in fixing the road at all. He doesn't give a shit.
Does not want to do that job.
That guy's got. I guarantee you, there are dozens of road construction companies where the executives have already picked out their new boat. They have already gone to the dealership. They have already told them, when that bill passes, we're getting $100 million contract to build a 5-mile road.
We're going to put in 2 roundabouts.
Yeah, and we are fucking... Dude,
I want to say they built a roundabout not far from here, but back where my ex used to live. And I want to say that the project cost because it was in the paper, and it was like $300,000 or $400,000. And I was like, you got a road that just goes straight. They're going to take that road and they're going to turn it into a small circle, and that's how much money? It was like $500,000. And it took about, no lie, to put a roundabout in. I want to say it took them 5 or 6 weeks.
Well, my thing that I don't get, and I've seen it in a couple cities, I've seen it in Charlotte, and I've seen it here, is the new way they have when you're driving to an overpass of a major highway. Now, the roads cross each other.
Oh, yeah.
And you go, instead of taking a left onto the highway, the road now veers you to a left onto the highway.
I'm
like, man, they have them on several, they have a lot of them. They had a couple of them in Charlotte. I can see these motherfuckers like getting together and having a meeting, like all of them. They're like, I got this totally new fucking way to get people from the road onto the highway. We're going to have the roads cross each other.
They're like this. They're like, follow me here.
And then
when you paint the lines,
then
instead of painting them straight,
right.
Make them go like this.
They're going to cross, and then on the other side of the overpass, they cross back again, and everybody's like, "You're a fucking genius! You're a genius! That's amazing! Let's do it!"
It's like a train switcher.
What does it accomplish? I don't understand.
It costs money.
Lots of money. That's all. Like
that's infrastructure. You're watching it in real time. It's infrastructure. You're like, okay, so what it is that people used to run into each other there. Because they'd make lefts and people ran red lights. So instead of that, we're going to make it so confusing.
It is confusing as fuck.
You're now on the left side of the road, but only on the bridge.
Only on the bridge. Right.
Over the bridge.
You drive over to the left side of the road. on the bridge, and you're like, what am I doing over here?
You make a left, but it must yield because people are still making rights.
I don't understand what problem that has solved. I don't see because there's still people now all the flow of traffic crosses over each other twice in less than a quarter of a mile.
No, it's like 200 feet, man. It's like one bridge.
Right. It is absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I just see these guys sitting together around a table and the one guy presenting the idea. And I would think that the first time he presented it, everybody had to be like, "That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life." And then he was like, "No, wait, you're not listening. Let me show it to you again." And he's like drawing it out, and then he makes a scale model of it, and everybody looks at it, and they're just like, "I don't understand how that's better than just having the traffic continue to go straight, and you can turn left or you can merge off to the right. What are you accomplishing?"
Did you ever drive down 78 when they might still have them, when they had they have lights. So 78, for people that don't live around here, it's like 6 lanes or 8 lanes. I don't know. It's a lot of lanes. And then you've got green arrows and red X's.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've seen that. They have that in a lot of places.
Really? At part of the day,
they have that all over the country.
Four green lanes going this way.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can't drive in that lane. Now that lane's going the other way.
Right.
It's confusing as fuck.
No, it's confusing as fuck. And they have that a lot of places. In a lot of cities, they have that around stadiums. The reason they do is because obviously at a particular time, everyone's coming to the stadium. And at a particular time, everyone's leaving the stadium. So they have those things at stadium. But you can be driving down the road thinking that you're going the right direction. And if you're not looking up at every single one of those, because they can change, you have to look at every single one over your head. All of a sudden, you think you're driving the flow of traffic. You are now driving against the flow of traffic. You could easily, and I'm sure, I would love to know the stats. I doubt there's a way to look it up. But what are the stats of people that have just literally run right into each other because they both thought that they were riding the way they were supposed to?
You're both yelling at you're in the wrong
lane. No, I'm not. I've got a green. No, you've got a red. No, I've got a red. No, I mean, man, dude, it's just... What's frustrating to me about it is they could make it easy. Like they could solve all the problems of traffic. It's not, roads are not, hard to, just a road. It's just a road. You could go outside in your backyard to anybody who doesn't know how to do it. Make a little square in the ground and fill it with concrete and level it off. You could do it in less than a day. You could build a road with a construction crew that knows what they're doing. You could probably build 20 or 30 miles of road a day. If you had a crew of people that knew what they were doing, they could go out there and just, boom, lay it out, do it. And we're going to spend all this money. This is what makes me mad about it. We're going to spend all this money as a country, which I don't even believe in. We don't want to build roads. Just fucking build roads. We need roads. Fucking build them. Why are we even arguing about it? Just fucking build the goddamn road.
Find me one new road that goes somewhere, not like a neighborhood road. Find me a road that's like, you know what? I used to drive from here to there, and I had to go around this thing, but now there's a road, and I don't have to do that. Find me one new road. Where's it at? They just work on the roads we've got. They just make
right.
And they're like, all right, well, we're gonna widen 85 to like 42 lanes. And you're like, that's cool.
Right.
But until we do, you're gonna get, instead of having 12 lanes, you're gonna have 3, and one of them goes both ways. Some part of the time.
Yeah. I've seen that on the highway. You can be somewhere driving down the highway, and all of a sudden you come across a guy with a flag, stopping all of traffic on the fucking highway, and then he's waving, he's talking on the radio to a dude. And then you see traffic coming the other way, and you're like, are you fucking shitting me? These motherfuckers have shut down the whole road to the point where there's only one direction that can go at a time. And we're going to sit here and wait for all the people that are coming this way to pass us. And these guys, first of all, you know that if you're a flagman, you don't give a fucking shit. You don't care that people are in a hurry. You don't have any sense of urgency about your job. You're not saying to yourself, I'm playing a critical role in these people's lives. I need to allocate the exact number of people going this way, then stop it, then get the exact number. No, You don't give a fuck. You're daydreaming. You're thinking about how you can get any other job than the fucking job that you currently have. Your mind is everywhere but on the job. And you might go 10 minutes in one direction and then 30 seconds in the other direction.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? I don't like that guy sitting 3 cars down. Fuck him. I'm stopping.
Dude, you have all the power.
I'm stopping him. He's not going anywhere.
All right, you want to talk